Hey, here we go on a studio tour, so I hope you guys enjoy this. This is the hallway down to my studio. And there is my Jack Sparrow Hot Toys I just unboxed for our other channel. I use this occasionally to adjust my lights. It's sitting in the hallway. It's my wife's dollhouse room. There's a close-up. That's her project. And here is the studio. So here's the entry door. Got my man cave up there. And let's go on in. So as we come in, I've got my gift from Tony from Quick Tech Solutions. And this is a little Batman and Robin from 1966. Signed, Burt Ward, Adam West. Really cool. We'll go to a wide shot of the studio so you guys can see. Here is my rack when you come in, and it's got my two Batman collector's books on it, 1966 as well as Robert Pattinson 2000, and then my new Star Wars trash compactor. This is a brand new addition to the studio, just one of the things that's going to be on the shelf. I have my little sound panel there, one sound panel in the room, and then it says, make today beautiful. Up there I have my Godox 150. It's called, I think it's called the ULC 150, right up there. So I have one there with just the regular barn doors on it, with an egg crate on it to direct it. And last night on my live stream, I had it directed down there on the new Johnny Depp Hot Toys figure right there. There's no light on him, so he's underexposed right now. Then I have two of these, but the nice photo softbox, my second one that goes in the light over my head, is in the garage. That one's on there. And that's mainly so I can light up the room. Also, I can raise this table up to bar stool height for a podcast in here. I have the two chairs in my set and my big TV Samsung. It's a 4K and got the Bose soundbar underneath there. I got Bose surround sound speakers on the shelf. Batman is on top of it right there. You can see, and there you go. Got my shelf collection right there. And we'll zoom into that. So I have my 1966 Batman collection on the top, and then I've got the Robert Pattinson Hot Toys Batman, Bat Signal, the Lego Technique 2000 Batmobile, and then Robert Pattinson little figure on my Bose speaker. And then I have this shelf over here as well, and it's got some more things on it. And that sits right above my laptop. And so here is a better view, and we'll give you a run around the desk. Got some more Lego stuff up there, more Batman paraphernalia on the shelf. So here's kind of a close-up of what's on my shelf right here. A little Batmobile collection. And then on my shelf right here, these are just happy thoughts for me, good memories from life in general. And so my Batman cup, gonna use that this next year. And then I have my little Batmobile with Joker. I designed this with my son, Christopher, as a project. He is almost 41 now. And so quite a fun little project. There's a better look at what's on the shelf up here. Lots of cool stuff on the shelf. For Batman 1966. And then again, the bottom shelf, Robert Pattinson. Got the Technique, it's a little dusty. Got the Robert Pattinson Batman right there. I need to dust him off as well. He's reading the note from the Joker, and then the bat signal. It's on my shelf as well. And then here is a close-up of this Batmobile. So here's kind of a flyover of that little design there. You can see the box for Robert Pattinson. Bat signal is down there. And my lamp is hiding back there right now because I had Johnny Depp right here. Dead Men Tells No Tells, Jack Sparrow. So you can go to last night's video to see a panoramic of that. It'll also be on the channel with my grandson. And then my nautical shelf, that's where Johnny Depp's gonna go. Jack Sparrow. Almost always have nautical stuff on there unless it's the Christmas holidays. And then here's a better look at my big 65-inch Samsung LCD TV with some bobbleheads on top of those, Funkos on there. Then I have my Manfrotto Autopole 2 up there with my great Video Maker 50RS lights there. Those are RGB as well as daylight and warm balanced. So they're set right now to, I think, daylight. And they are up there to get them off the floor to give me some backlighting. Then I've got some track lighting in here in the studio as well. So there's a shot of my track lighting replacing the little light that was up there with 2 tracks of light. And then I have my Godox on mounts coming down from my ceiling. And here's a look back to the back of my studio. Then we'll talk about what's over here in the corner. Right here you have my rack, and it has an Xbox right there on the shelf, a power strip, and then I have 2 drawers in it right now. And then I also have a switch in the back of that, and that puts the TV unit in, the Xbox in, and then I have actually a cat cable right now on the floor because I was using it for my ATEM Mini Pro because I'm one short in the switches under my desk. I'm getting ready to upgrade. So, okay, so now one last thing here on the floor is that I have my Aputure MC light case I made. This is DIY. So that's a charger right there, battery. So I can put one of them on there. I have room for 4 of them in the case. Here's the MC lights. And again, I use those on the shelves for my live streams. So 2 of them are set for white and 2 of them are set for red, and that's for the Batman stuff. And then these are the covers, the soft covers. This one's on. I only have 4 spots. I could set this right here, or I can charge it with these extra chargers, and this is for cell phones and everything else. I use this as a remote unit. So if I need little lights in the background of a shoot, then I have that case. I have 5 lights. I'd love to have 8, but that case will only hold 5 or 6, and I've not bought any more since then. So then I have the new Elgato Light Strip Pros, one right there, and then one right there, and those have effects. I did an unboxing on my channel. It's just to add some lighting. And then back there I have some just generic lights, and those I can adjust on the back of that as well. So I have shears and blackout shades up there, but I usually leave it open with the shears. The only time it really bothers the studio is early in the morning when the sun comes over those houses out there. But again, I have these to light the shelves, as well as backlighting for hair lights for the table when I have a guest on the podcast. Now, Shannon and I made this top. It's just on a Costco plastic table. Here's the plastic table right there. And I think you guys can see up in there. And it just slips right over top of the plastic table. Right now it's supporting a Manfrotto friction arm, which I use throughout my studio for my cameras. And that's supporting my Insta360 link, so I could shoot Johnny Depp. And he's also on a turntable right there, and that's by a company that I'll put on the screen here. Can't think of the name right now. But they make light boxes, and it's called Folio 360 by Orange Monkey. So again, that's the 360 turntable, and it's Bluetooth controllable. The rest of my shelf down there, my nautical theme. And again, we're gonna add Johnny Depp to these shelves. Got some lights in there I can turn on. Got some sail ships. So probably gonna put Johnny Depp on this shelf right here, but we'll see. And I wanna kind of make a black pearl background. And so that shelf may go away. I may do a bigger shelf that fits in the whole square back there, but I have not made a decision yet. So here is a look at the back of the studio again. And I have this little table here to put stuff on. I have business stuff underneath it. And then I have this wall mount holding the TV. And this is just a regular 2 input, or actually 3 input computer monitor, 27-inch. And then I have a Elgato arm that goes up for my hair light. And that is a Elgato key light mini. I've got an Elgato key light right there, another Elgato key light right there, and a Elgato key light Air right there. So that's the smaller of the two. So now let's just kind of take a look at the desk. So I've got this corner desk. This piece will actually spring up, but I don't use it that way. So I have my NZXT computer right there. And I'll let you guys take a look inside there. Got a GeForce 2080 Ti card. This is kind of obsolete now. And then I have all of my spinning hard drives there. Those are old school spinning hard drives. My JBL subwoofer, which is from my old recording studio. And it's designed for you to be able to mix and master music. So that's the sub. And then I've got the 2 JBL speakers on stands. And you can kind of see the stands right there. And they go all the way down to the floor. And I'll show you guys that later. So as we look at the desk, got the monitor, my headphones to my ATEM Extreme ISO #1, which is right there on the desk. And then I have controls and buttons right here I'll show you that turn on all of my equipment. I've got a rack down there for work. You can see I have a Raspberry Pi and a keyboard down under there. Raspberry Pi, which I have an app on there to emulate a HyperDeck. I haven't been using it for a long time with version 1 of PlayOut B. And then I have my gaming mouse right there. So a gaming mouse and a gaming lap board right here. I used to sit right on a easy lift chair right here, and I would use this gaming laptop. It's board, it's padded on the bottom, and then this Corsair keyboard snaps into it, and that just stays right down here. And occasionally I have to use that because my Logitech mice disconnect. On top of here, I have my wireless Go microphone 2 version case and transmitter, and 2 transmitters and a receiver. And I have one of those on me right now. I have my Canon 5D Mark IV, which I've had for quite a while. That sits right here as camera 3. And then I have a Free World monitor underneath that. And then this is my disco ball I used for 2023 calendar flip. And that will do disco lights in the studio. So I got my bat cape on the back of my chair. I love this chair. It's very comfortable. I'm in it every day. And I call it my bat chair, bat cave chair. Okay, we're gonna sit down at the desk now and give you guys a walk around. Let's go wide. Okay, so I've got the NZXT on top of the monitor. Then I have my Stream Deck Plus right here, and it's got a plug-in set for Adobe Premiere. So when I have Adobe Premiere on the screen, I can actually scroll forward and back. I can click it again and hit shuttle, forward and back, click it again, jog, forward and back. So you have all these controls, pages and pages. So I can simply go through the menus. I need to update this because Elgato's made some updates so I can get this back fully functional. I have my Asus ZenBook Pro laptop, i9, 32 gigs of RAM, 1 terabyte drive. It has 2 monitors here. I can turn this on, nothing displayed. I'd have to drag something down to this monitor. There you go, it'll just show the background. I usually leave that off unless I'm traveling, so we'll turn that back off. And that just turns off. My iPad, which I use to run MixEffect mainly on. So let me log into this. I use this to run MixEffect, which is Adam Tao created. It's a great app. And so I can run my macros. So right now, if I wanted to make, I'm live right now in that camera. Right there, you can see. That's what's in my program. Right there on my Multiview. If I wanted to go to my still image, I just hit this button, which is a macro. And now you can see my still images up on the monitor. And there you go. And if I wanted to roll my intro video, I just hit this button right here. It's another macro. And that's gonna roll my intro video. And that is playing right here from my HyperDeck. iPad, my headphones for my RodeCaster Pro version 2, which is right here, which I absolutely love. Now, when I'm live, I come out of my RodeCaster Pro into this HOSA switch. And so when I want to go to these speakers, it's set to 1. And when I want to go to my ATEM right here, the back of this, it comes in right here, channel mic 1. All I have to do is switch this over to 2. And that's what I do when I go live. When I'm using Zoom, I don't do that. I just leave it where it is, and I'm getting my audio right through here, and you can see my audio levels from my lapel mic. So there's my wireless Go 2. This has got a receiver built into it, so I can have a wireless Go on that mic channel, and I can also have a wireless Go. This one's off right now unless I got it out and turned it on, but I can have 2 wireless mics hooked up directly to my RodeCaster Pro version 2 right there. And then I have my main microphone, which is right here, which I can stick over here. I love the fact that I can roll it completely out of the way, pull it all the way in, like you would be used to seeing me when I'm live. And then that would be right here. And that microphone is on this channel, the SM7B. It has a preset for it. You can see it's picking me up right now. But if you go back to the main page, I have it muted, both there and there. So I love the RodeCaster Pro II. I love the fact that it has all of these buttons. I could record onto those buttons. I can play music from those buttons, sound effects. And now, if you go to bank number 2, you have all of these effects built in. Voice disguise, megaphone, large robot, sensor, that would be like bleeping a bad word, ducking built into it, small robot, monster, and pitch up. So you can pitch your voice up. So pretty cool little device. Again, I have the new HyperDeck HD Plus right here. And then I have a Stream Deck XL, and this is what I use to control my lights. So lights off, the studio, lights on, and then I have a preset for each camera. So this is the main camera that I use normally. That's this camera right here. And we'll talk about what's in front of it because it's hidden behind this prompter. And then these are my other 2 cameras, camera 3 and camera 2. So if I want to cut to camera 2, I can change the lighting for camera 2, switches up lighting, camera 3 switches up lighting, and that's just changing my Elgato key light 1, key light 2, and my key light air, and my hair light. And again, that hair light's right above my head, right up there. So that provides some halo around my head, and then also a little halo over the top of this monitor when I have it turned up. So this is the Elgato Prompter. It just simply hangs off the front of that camera. So there's my first EOS R, and that just slides over top of that. I've never been able to do that in one shot, but there I pulled it off. And then I also have a confidence monitor over that, so I can see what you guys are seeing. So when I'm not looking into the camera right here, I usually put chat in here. And the nice thing about the Elgato Prompter is I can pull whatever I want from my desktop over there. So let's open up Microsoft Word right here on my computer. Let's say I wanted to have that on my prompter. I get this message right here, so I can send that to prompter number 3. So I'm just gonna release this mouse, drag it over to that square, and then it brings Word over there. So that would be my chat, pop-out chat on YouTube when I'm live, or that would be my Zoom consultation software. I would be able to look right at my guest that I have on Zoom right in the camera right there. And that is why I purchased the prompter. So underneath the prompter is my Wacome One Tablet. And again, it becomes a monitor. So that is a duplication of my PC. My PC comes in right here and my laptop comes in right here. And then that is my Multiview from this ATEM. And so you can see I have all of these inputs. So there you have super source, all my audio levels. And you can see audio levels are coming in from my HyperDeck. So it's playing right now because I'm still playing my intro video. So we'll hit off right there, and then you'll see the audio levels drop. Then you have preview and program. That's live, that's ready to go live. So the same thing's live, but I could queue up camera 2 right there, and there you have camera 2 ready to go live. Here's camera 1, camera 2, camera 3. I have my Multiview coming in from my other ATEM right here. So I sent my Multiview from this ATEM into that ATEM Extreme ISO, and then out back again into this channel right here, channel 2. It's coming from my Extreme number 2. So these 2 outs come in right here. And so I can assign anything from my second ATEM Extreme to that input or that input. So I can bring in all of the inputs from my other ATEM, but I can only bring 2 of them into my live stream at a time using up those 2 channels. That's my laptop coming in. That's my desktop, NZXT. This is my HyperDeck, so key and fill. So if I was to change to something, you can see fill and then key. This key's out the background. This is a separate output from my HyperDeck, and this is a separate output from my HyperDeck. And so my stinger is going to go across the screen. And keep going. So this key's out the background, gives you nice clean edges for this video right here. So it takes 2 HyperDeck inputs, a key and fill, to come into your ATEM, and those come in right here on channel 7 and channel 8. So it's these 2 inputs right here on the back of my HyperDeck, and these are the 2 HDMI outs. So my HyperDeck Shuttle HD Plus, the older HyperDeck Shuttle Mini, which has been around for a while. I have an SM7B right here, a great radio microphone, and a PSA1 arm that hooks onto my desk right there. As we talked about earlier, I have an ATEM Mini Pro, which I use for training mainly. I use this for streaming and recording all my videos. It's an Extreme ISO by Blackmagic Design. You can see it right there. And I have a second one. So again, like I did, I combined all of these outputs into these 2 inputs. So I can pick any one of these. In fact, the HDMI 1, I could choose it right here on the matrix when I'm sending out HDMI 1, and that would come in right here. And what's coming in right there is my camera. So if I wanted to change that right now to Multiview, Now I have the multi-view coming in from my ATEM Extreme ISO number 2. So we're going to change this back to camera 3, camera 2. Yeah. So that's how I bring that camera in, which is right here. That's coming in, going into my HDMI input on my Extreme number 2. So I bring that into my show through HDMI 3 and this ATEM right here. So it's plugged in right here, but I'm bringing it in right here to my live stream. And that's the beauty of using both of these. And I can record every input on this one, and I can record every input on this one. I just have to plug an SD drive into that. This is where I normally plug my SD drive into this. And this also has a USB-C out that comes into my laptop right here. And so I can use the program in Zoom as well because I have it brought in right here. So I can bring in my ATEM program into my laptop. So I could literally stream to another location if I wanted to stream from my laptop and stream from my Extreme. So I have a Logitech keyboard, wireless keyboard that will operate 3 different devices. So my laptop, my PC, and my iPad. Again, I have ATEM Mini Pro, ATEM Mini Extreme ISO 2, ATEM Mini Extreme ISO number 1. I have a Logitech mouse, which will do the same thing. I can choose between 3 locations right here by just tapping the button. So it's great to have a Bluetooth mouse that will operate that PC, that laptop, and that iPad. So this is the older HyperDeck Mini. The new HD version does not have key and fill. This does not do the black mode. This is in black mode. This only has white mode available. So this is the older, out-of-date HyperDeck Mini, and it does have key and fill. I also have a HyperDeck Shuttle, and the HyperDeck Shuttle is mainly used for teleprompting and recording video and playing video back. It only has HDMI inputs on the back, where this has HDMI in, HDMI out, SDI key and fill out. This only has an HDMI out to monitor it and no HDMI in. It has SDI in and 2 SDI outs for key and fill. And again, those 2 SDI outs come into this channel right here, 7 and 8. And this HyperDeck right here comes in this ATEM 7 and 8. And then my shuttle comes in here on channel 6. So if I wanted the shuttle to come in my main show, I would just switch channel 6 live right here, and that would move channel 6 into that 3rd box. Let's see if it'll play. There you go. So now my shuttle is playing, and it's playing a video of me right there. And I have made channel 6 live in my matrix. We'll cut back to camera 2 right there. Now I'm back to camera 2. So I love my HyperDecks. I have 3 of them. All of them could play video into my live shows at the same time. Again, because these 2 could be brought in through channel 1 and 2 if I needed them. This one's already in the ATEM. And so you can see my desk. So my 2 JBL monitors, this is my monitor. It has 4 sources. So it's a BenQ 32 monitor. I have it mounted on the wall and behind, and that is a packing blanket back there to cut audio. I'm actually in a closet. So this whole desk is slid into a closet. I took the doors off and they're in the garage. So it gives me more space in the studio. I have all my cameras on friction arms, Manfrotto back there holding up that camera. This is a new SMALLRIG one. I like it better because it's not using friction, it's using teeth right here. So if you're gonna buy a friction arm, I would recommend you buy the SMALLRIG friction arm. It's got the camera bracket on it so I could mount my camera. You can see right there. All of them have camera brackets on them, and all of them have confidence monitors. So this is my newest EOS R. I just purchased this used. So I have 3 cameras now that do not time out. And then I usually keep multi-view on this monitor. You guys can see that in my live stream. And I usually keep something like that on the QLED on the wall, 65-inch TV, so that's in the background. Sometimes I'll put the date on there. I can do that from this controller right here. So if I wanted to change something in the background, push that button, and now I have the ability to choose backgrounds. So a lot of times if you watch my channel, you might see something like this there. Occasionally, it's got the date. Again, I love to be able to just make that like a picture on the wall, and I keep my controls right here. This is the control to my Godox lights. So if I push the button, that comes on, and now you can see it's lit up Johnny quite nicely right there. If you can get it to focus on him. So Jack Sparrow is lit up in the background. So back to wide. Then this softbox is on as well. And that just kind of lights up my studio, gives me some light. Those backlights give me some light. The lights on that corner shelf give me light. The lights in the window, just these nice lights around the studio are great to have. It just adds some depth to my shots. This actually adds depth to my shots, this extra monitor. And again, I have my headphones hanging here on a little headphone deal. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is under my desk, I have a power strip right there. That's an old Monster power strip. My ATEM Extreme, my Pro, and my other Extreme are all plugged into that. It cuts down any audio hum from my power in my house. And so this is the switches that I use to turn everything on, believe it or not. It's kind of archaic, but it works really well. I don't have to worry about using a phone app. So this turns the lights on in the studio, plus some power. This turns on my ATEMs. That turns on my monitors, and this turns on my cameras, and that turns on my lamp and my lights in the window. And then the rest of the lights I either control from a switch on the wall. There's the light switch on the wall right there for my overhead lights. I also mounted next to it a light switch for some overhead lights, but I don't use those anymore. I just have a little pin holder up there holding that's the control right on top for my JBL speakers. They're off right now, as you can see. I've got a Michael Jackson hat and a glove I made in one evening for a little tribute to Michael Jackson the week he died, and I did a little Michael Jackson pose just in tribute to him. Again, I pull from my PC, I pull the pop-out chat to this right there, and then with this pop mouse, I can control the chat, and I bring the chat on the screen through OBS. So there's videos on my channel of how I do that. So this is kind of the main station. I've got my Bose subwoofer under there. I have racks underneath my desk. My streaming bridge is right there. My Unify router is right there. I've got power strips. Try to keep everything up off the ground. Underneath my studio, I'm replacing that switch with a Unify really soon. I have an Elgato foot pedal that will let me control 3 different devices. So I could click that or click that to click that. I could make these do whatever I wanted to that I can control, like my Elgato lights. I could even make OBS controls out of this. So it's pretty powerful. That's the cover for my RodeCaster Pro. And my cover for my ATEM Mini Pro is right here. These are made by Deck Saver, and I have one for each of my extremes as well. And they're tucked right here. I don't use this Shuttle Pro anymore, but it will work. It's a controller. I'm using this now to control Adobe Premiere to scroll front and back, and I have all these different buttons now. I love the Stream Deck Plus. I love the knobs. This is a great tool to have in your studio, so it takes the Stream Deck to the next level with knobs and push buttons right here. But this is what I used to use to go forward and back in my Adobe Premiere editing. So that's a tour of the studio. I have a Rode condenser microphone right there, a shotgun microphone if I ever want to use it in my live streams. I can. Just pull it down just off camera. Right here, you can see the camera. And just keep it right above the camera. There it is on camera. Right there, there it is off camera. So I can get this pretty close to me and get good audio from that. That comes in right here in channel 4. You can see right there, it's set for condenser. And there's the levels of that microphone right there, the shotgun microphone. And that's a Rode microphone. And that's just one more way that I can have audio in the studio. So got my Seahawks clock. I've got my key light, and those again are mounted on this bar in the closet. I put this bar in. You can see it mounted here on the wall. And I have these using Manfrotto super clamps and the extension arm. And that plugs right in the back of the Elgato key lights. So they're not on their stands. And then I have a few things up on the closet shelf. I've got my portable battery. That is my DJI Osmo. That is my action kit, DJI action kit. This is a MixPre 6 inside the bag right here. Open that up, MixPre 6. That's for mobile audio. That is my wireless deity kit. So it's 2 transmitters, and that's a deity kit. And then this is my filters that I bought. This is really cool, Mirage kit. I absolutely love this kit. It's Mirage, and it can go on my cameras. And let's just open this up real quick. So there you go. So this will fit right on the front of my camera. There's adapters right here, the different rings over here for different size lenses. I can put another filter in there. And then I have a pack of filters right here that just slide in. This is actually a polarizer filter, I believe this one is. And so great little kit to have in the studio. So those are the things that sit on my shelf. I have a bunch of other things in the closet. Maybe I'll do a closet tour in the next video. So we'll just have to see. So that's it from Keith here in the studio. I hope this is framed right. Thank you guys for dropping by and looking at this studio tour. I hope that you'll like this video. I hope you'll subscribe to the channel. I hope you'll join me live on Tuesdays at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for our live stream. Talk about live streaming tech and lots of other things. And you can check out Tuesday's video on February 4th, and you can see an up-close look at the Jack Sparrow Hot Toys figure that's going to go on my nautical shelf. So thanks for tuning in. I hope I'll see you in the next video right here on the channel. Until then, I am Keith. This is Life Journey Production Studios. Have a great day.